Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, my name is Lewis and I am literally just documenting my trading journey. I'm not a guru, I'm not a teacher, not yet at least. I am thinking of taking 2 or 3 different people and starting a personal mentorship. I am still thinking about it, so I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Once again, like I said last video, we reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and like this video, especially on Instagram. Let's get to 1,000 followers on Instagram. Let me know how your trading journey is going and let me know how your trading week went this week. I have a lot to talk about this week, especially with the new series starting. Let's just get to that. You already read the title and seen the thumbnail. For those who have been following the channel from the beginning of the year, I had a series called 1K to 10K doing Forex, and since I switched over to futures, I know I'm not going back to Forex ever again, but I do want to show people that it is possible to start with a small account and make money in the market, take money out of the market and flip a small account into whatever size account you want. I want to make it so that anybody can start. You can start with 200, 300, 500, 1,000, 2,000. I am starting the account with $3,000. I have already pre-recorded the broker that I'm using. The video is probably up on the screen now. As you can see, this is a live account with $3,000 of my own personal cash in there. If you're thinking about following along with me in this journey, make sure you hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Also join the free trading Discord. The Discord is growing very well, and I know for sure that the community that we're building in there is going to be beneficial to anybody who joins. Make sure you hit the link down in the description to join. I know a couple people hit me up saying that the link that I had in the previous videos was expired, and I ended up fixing that, so thank you to the people who ended up commenting in the last video. So I believe I have fixed it. Now I have the link as never expires. So join the Discord with the link down in the description and let me know if there's any problems, because I will fix it. I want to thank Techtronix.com for sponsoring this new series, and I want to take you guys onto their website before we finish everything else that I have to say before we hop in the charts. So let's hop into their website real quick just to show you guys the updates and everything that they're going to do. So we're here on the main website, like I said, Techtronix.com. They have updated a couple of things, added this display where it shows a bunch of their systems working and the type of FPS and all that stuff, the information up in the screen, showing you what their PCs actually perform like. And as you can see, the game is running very smoothly. Like I said there, you'll see everything. There's even going to be an update in here in the trading setup, so look out for the next video where we'll have the whole update on that. Like I said, make sure you check out the link in the description. As of right now, I have a discount code RTFLV from the last series, but the discount code will be updated. I will have the discount code in the description of this video once it is updated, so make sure you check it out down there. Like I said, you could check out everything in here. So if you're looking for a PC build with the best quality parts in the market, make sure you go and check out Techtronix and use my discount for 10% off. They have various ranges, as you can see, from $700 to up to $6,000 for some very advanced PCs. They have quoting available, so it all depends on your range. So you're able to hit the contact them and they'll be able to help you out on that. Trust me, if you want any type of specific part, they'll help you out with it and expedite the process, make sure that everything runs very smoothly. They have 1-year warranty as well, so make sure you take advantage of that. But let's get back to what I was talking about before I get into the charts. So this week was very weird. I didn't really get to trade that much this week, honestly. I'll explain it as we get into the days, but basically I was trying to figure out everything with the live account, and it is very different when you're trying to do it with futures, because I used to trade live on Forex and it was a completely different process when it came to futures. The broker I ended up going with was TradeOvate. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. It's just the broker that I was using for my prop firm account, and honestly, I don't know if I'll stay with them. I'm gonna try them out for this month, but I was having some issues with TradeOvate towards the beginning of the week, and then I had to wait a couple days for everything to get figured out, and then I was finally able to trade on Thursday, and I have the actual live execution, which I will explain how the rest of this series is gonna end up going and how I'm going to frame these videos as well. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. But Monday, I was trading my funded account. I didn't really like any setups, or I think I hesitated. I don't remember too well. I'll go through it, but I did hesitate on a short, if I'm not mistaken, on Monday. Tuesday, some crazy stuff happened. I'll explain that as well. Wednesday, I was trying to figure out stuff with the live account on Wednesday, literally from 8:30 in the morning until like 12. And then Thursday was actually the first day I was able to trade. And today, I'll explain today. Today was also crazy. Like I said, I want you guys to follow along with me if you are going to take this challenge with me. I don't really see it as a challenge. It's just me trading on a live account. I will be trying to flip the account. I don't know what the first goal is, probably 5K, but at the same time, I also want to withdraw money from this account, because I've always told you guys that it's very important to pay the trader first. So that is the premise of this video. Honestly, I don't know how much I'll be withdrawing from the account. Maybe as the account compounds, I'll withdraw more and more, but in the beginning, I don't know. I'll probably end up withdrawing at the end of this month. It is right now the 13th as I am recording this, so probably at the end of the month I'll withdraw some money and then try to keep some profits in the account so I'm not sorting back at the same amount. But that is the whole point of trading, is to make money, and I don't want to have to sit here and build profit, and never take the money out. So that is the way I'm looking at it, and that's probably the way I'm gonna go about this series. Make sure you guys join the Discord. The Discord is actually going very well. We're getting a lot of new members, especially from the YouTube. A lot of people have been hitting me up on the YouTube comments, letting me know that the link wasn't working, but now that it's working, a lot of people have been in here, and it is fairly active on trading days. I'm not gonna lie. We were catching big dubs on, what was it, on Thursday. Everybody was in here, and we have a couple snipers in here. I'm not gonna lie. We were definitely catching a lot of dubs, and it's just fun to be in a community where everybody's winning and nobody's I don't see anybody really being toxic or anything like that. But yeah, this is basically what we do all the time. We send trade ideas, send how our trading day is going. I have inspirational content in here, educational resources, stuff like that. This book, I actually got it physically and it's back there. I don't know if you guys could see it, but one of the best books that I've read so far about trading. And yeah, a lot more other stuff. A lot of people have been joining recently, so make sure you pull up. And I'm gonna do a lot of new things in here. Like I said before, with the personal one-on-one mentorship, I am thinking about doing maybe 2 to 3 people. I want to test it out with a couple people first, and then before I even open it up to anybody else. And obviously I want to have a proven track record, so that's why I want to have my withdrawals and everything from this personal account as my vouch. I don't want to be one of those traders who just says that they're good at trading and doesn't show any results. But like I've said, I've been documenting my journey from the beginning, from losing a bunch of trades, having just multiple red days, to becoming funded and even getting my first payout. You can see the certificate back there. I don't really have anything to prove to anybody. Like we all know, the trading community is a community who people do a lot of scamming, and people don't really trust those who don't show any actual proof. So I want to make sure I have actual proof before I actually start teaching anybody. So that's what this series also is going to be for. But like I said, I want to get back into live trading in the Discord, and also pull up on Sundays where I usually do my market reviews before the week starts and everything like that. Show you guys what I look forward to and look into the news and stuff like that. Now let's get into the charts. I've been yapping for a while. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's hop into it. Now that we're here, this is what the week looked like. Honestly, it was a classic bye week, barely any retracements. The beginning of the week we had no news Monday and Tuesday, but the trading days this week was hard reversals. It would have an initial move to the upside, then move down, then reverse back up, and then it would do that all week. And as you can see, we are heading towards the highs. Yeah, I'm very excited for the next upcoming week, especially now that I'm trading on the live account. And like I said, once I get to Thursday, I'll show the live execution, because I did record that on Thursday, and that's what I'm gonna do with every video. When I wake up, I am going to live record my screen, recording my executions, and then I am also thinking about just turning on my camera so you guys see me while I'm actually trading and see what I do. But most of the time it's just me looking at my phone or just looking at both my screens, making sure there's no SMTs. And there's also a lesson I want to show you guys on Thursday, so make sure you stay till Thursday. Right now we're looking at the 4 hour for the week. This is how the week looked. Like I said, big drop on Wednesday. We had an SMT. Wednesday dropped only below Tuesday's low, and ES dropped below Monday's low, so there was a bullish SMT, and we had the best day on Wednesday, over 700 points. And obviously that was the day that I couldn't trade because I was trying to figure everything out with the live account, but I'll explain everything as we get into it. But like I said, this is what the week looked like. This is the 1 hour. As you can see, I have the divides here, and this is what the week looked like. Honestly, man, crazy day on Wednesday. Thursday was also very good, and then today was wonky. They did us dirty today, and please stay towards the end of the video to see exactly what I'm going to say on that. But I'm gonna bring in my drawings now. This is what my drawings look like. We were within the range of Friday basically all week until Wednesday, and then Thursday we just continued up, and same with today. We kind of continued up, but later on in the morning it's just priced it and delivered efficiently. Today, Friday, let's hop into the actual days. Monday, this is what we had on Monday, and I was watching Monday on the 1 minute chart. We had this initial run up, and I was actually looking for shorts. I seen it on the 1 minute. Once we got into that, I forget if it was a 1 hour or 15-minute imbalance. I think it was a 15-minute imbalance. No, wait, let me see. I think it was a 1 hour. Yeah, it was a 1 hour imbalance we got into, and it was very clear once you saw it after. But literally, if you want to become a profitable trader, and this is what I am going to do from now on, just focus on one candle, and that candle is the 4 hour candle that opens at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is a very important time, and that is where I'm going to be focusing most of my time and energy, because most of the time the 9:30 swing is usually the Judas of the day. The good moves happen on that 10 a.m. candle, so it's gonna force me to be patient. And I have a story. Like I said, wait till Thursday. Thursday will be explaining this very well. As you can see, we had a Judas swing for the 9:30. From the open, we just moved all the way up, and if you take the last manipulation leg, I'll show you guys right here. We swept buy side one last time. I just hesitated on this day. Honestly, I can't say anything else. I hesitated. I wasn't very confident in taking it. We swept buy side right here, as you can see, and then we started breaking down. And once these candles were printing, I was thinking about taking a short, and I never did. I just hesitated. I don't know why I wasn't confident in taking that short. I guess I needed more confirmation. And then once this candle printed, that's when I got the confirmation. It never came back up inside the fair value gap, which was where I was going to take my entry, but that's because on ES it did get inside of that fair value gap, and then this ended up being a breakaway gap on the 1 minute. So that is the reason why that price never came back up. But I had an entry right here with this inverse fair value gap that I could have took as well. I don't know where I would have had my stop, probably above the consequent encroachment of this 1 minute, but I never took it. And like I said, if you take that last manipulation leg, as you can see, it came to the 2 and the negative 2.5 and just reversed, which is just extremely accurate price action on Monday. As you can see, it came to it and reversed from that point on, and that was the short that I should have took. That short right there was what I should have took. Had my stop above the consequent encroachment and targeted that 2, would have been a 7R. Very light, very good trade. There was also another opportunity right here at this 1 minute fair value gap, but I wasn't confident on this day on that draw being lower. I don't know why, when it showed me that it was going long with this change of state of delivery, and like I said, came back up, respected this inverse, and then just kept going lower. I didn't take this trade. That is my fault for not taking it, but it is what it is. Now let's just move on to the next day on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I actually have a very good story. Tuesday, I was trading within this nonsense, and if I would have just waited, been patient, I could have caught this long because there was an SMT at those lows, but something happened to me that I don't want anything like this to happen to you guys. And when stuff like this happens to me, I just want to look at it as it was supposed to happen to me so that I can learn from it, and then I could teach you guys not to fall for these things. But basically, if anybody has a funded account, you know that sometimes it logs you out of your funded account, or your funded broker doesn't give permission to TradingView to be able to trade on your behalf, and you have to go into the settings in your broker and activate it. For me and my account, for some reason, when that happened, I could never go into the account and activate it. So I was kind of freaking out. I don't know why. I think it was because I thought that the move was going to be higher. We were going to end up going for these highs, which the move didn't even happen like that. So I made a very emotional decision, and I tried to trade on the broker platform, which I've never used before, and that in itself was a mistake. And I ended up using one of the, I forget what it's called exactly, but there was a box on the right side apart from the chart that I was staring at, which was NQ micros, but the square on the right had a dock with, I believe it was ES. As you can see, we were chopping, so they were going in opposite directions, and I had a buy in. I thought I was buying for NQ, but I ended up buying the wrong ticker, and I bought it for ES. I didn't really understand the platform. It started moving too quickly, and I couldn't really tell where my position was and how much I was down until I realized it was a tiny number, and it said that I was down like $300, and I was like, what? And I checked, and I was down $300 because I bought on the wrong ticker, and that is my fault. Like I said, I had an emotional reaction because I thought that I knew where the market was going, and I was gonna miss out on the trade. I was just in the wrong headspace, and I'm being honest with you guys. Stuff like this ends up happening. Doesn't even make sense of why I was trying so hard to trade on this day, because 1, it was a no news Tuesday. 2, the move that I initially thought was gonna happen was wrong, and 3, we had news the next day. I could have just waited till the next day to trade and not traded on that day, and I ended up losing a lot of money because of that. So just watch out for that. If you have trouble logging into one of your accounts with that day, just remember you don't need to trade every day. If you have trouble getting into the account, you could trade the next day. Literally just wait and you'll be able to trade the next day. But now I was already done, and I didn't even get to see this move, which was very clear. We had an SMT with ES coming down and taking that low, and I could have easily targeted those highs. Nope. Just because of stupid decisions like that, I missed out on a lot of money. So that is my fault, and I have to live with it. Honestly, at this point, nobody else forced me to do anything, and I have to be accountable for what I did on that day. So I'm gonna live with it. It is what it is at this point. We had SMT, so honestly, I don't know where I would have got in, but I know I would have caught this move for sure, and maybe targeted these highs. I don't know if I would have targeted anything higher, probably up there, knowing myself, but I definitely would have targeted these highs for sure. And since it was a no news Tuesday, don't need to really target anything else but that up there. But that was the week. Like I said, this week was a pattern of we'll have an initial move, we'll reverse that move, and then reverse again, and then it would happen again the next day. Initial move up, down, reverse, and then as you can see, same thing on Wednesday. Initial move up, down, and reverse. big reverse, and then we just kept doing it all week, literally all week. So it is what it is. Like I said, Wednesday I was trying to figure out everything with my live account. It wasn't letting me trade on Wednesday. Actually, I had the money in the account and it said everything was good. I just didn't know that I had to buy the real-time data package for my broker and for TradingView. I thought if you had one you were fine, but apparently you need to have both for them to allow you to trade live, and I didn't know that. I had to ask a couple people. I even called customer service. A lot of nonsense ended up happening this day, but I did catch this long on a demo account. Notice that we came down, we formed an SMT. I entered on a 1 minute if I'm not mistaken. Here's the trade that I entered. I entered on a 1 minute gap. There's also a unicorn right here that anybody could answer with high, low, higher high, and then as you can see, gap right there, unicorn 1 minute, and it ended up being the bottom tick towards this 700 plus move. I ended up catching half of it. I wasn't as confident as taking this whole move up because it was later on in the morning, and honestly I was targeting the equilibrium of the range. If you could see here, yeah, I was targeting the equilibrium of the range, and it was a 7R, so I just did that. Like I said, it was on a demo account anyways, so you know it doesn't really count, but that is the move. And if I would have just been patient this day, also same thing, 9 a.m. we end up dumping. We had news of, I believe, at 8:30, so 8:30 manipulation, 9:30 manipulation, and then we had a reversal at 11 or at 10, basically 11. We had a reversal, and that reversal was the big move of the week. It was the expansion candle of the week, and I ended up missing it because I couldn't figure out anything with my live account. And that's basically what happened on Wednesday. Now Thursday I have the live execution, so I'll be playing that in the screen while I talk about what is happening, and I'm gonna fast forward it and you can tell it's live because the clock on the bottom right is working. Basically what happened to me this day was I seen a AMD, so we had a accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. I had an initial loss in the morning with the first trade at 9:30, and I told myself I was gonna wait till 10 on Thursday for my first trade, and I broke that again because it was so enticing, and they got what they wanted. They got me to take a long on a 1 minute. I believe it was the 1 minute. It looked very well. We had just swept sell side. We had came into this 1 hour gap, came lower, we swept sell side, and then I took a long in this 1 minute gap. Once we inverse this 1 minute gap on the left side, I was initially in profit, and then as you can see, just ended up coming down, stopped me out. I had my stop below this low, so I was like, okay, let me wait a little bit more. And then this was the second trade that I took my first entry, I believe, right before we hit this 1 minute gap, and then I took my second entry once we started to move up. That 9:30 move was just generating liquidity for that move up. I was extremely bullish, so I knew we were gonna go up. As you can see, we ended up going up, but then later on in the day it was just extremely choppy, and actually at around 10:35 we had this big move down, and it scared me out of the trade. But I shouldn't have been scared because we had this 5 minute gap and a 15 minute gap there as well, which was what price was reaching down to, and my stop would have been safe. As you can see, this was the original trade with both contracts in, and then my stop was safe the whole day. I could have just left it run, but I got scared. Yeah, but I should have took profits above this buy side liquidity, especially with after a big day like this. The morning sessions are usually kind of boo-boo. It's better to just wait till the afternoon session, and as you can see, we had a pretty good afternoon session after that as well. But I got scared and I closed out. I ended up basically was a break-even day. I was up about $400 and almost $500 when it came up here, and I guess I just got greedy, and yeah, the market just took off. What I should have done was I had my stop in profit, so my stop probably would have been stopped out in this move. I don't know about this move, the initial move, but probably in this one. What I'm gonna do from now on, and I always see YouTubers, especially those who I learn from, they take partials at certain points, and I guess I'm just being greedy, and I have to work on it and I have to fix it. But taking my partials is something that I'm gonna take very seriously from now on, because that day I had 2 contracts this day. I could have closed 1 contract above that buy side liquidity, and that would have got me back to break even from that first loss, and then let the last contract run with my stops at break even. If I had my stops at break even with that last contract, I could have just let it run, and it would have caught me a lot more than what I got. That's just my fault, honestly. And I knowing myself, I probably would have either got out with these candles or something here, because yeah, knowing myself. But I don't know if I would have been even trading at that long. This was my initial target, so probably once they hit it, I probably would have closed. As you can see, I was targeting the -2, and this is a volume imbalance that I knew we were gonna end up going up to, because I thought that this week we would reach this previous week high, and the equal highs that are right above of that, and we didn't, but it's okay. We'll probably end up reaching for that next week. Overall, this was a very good trade, and I have the live execution, but learn from my mistakes. We had a big SMT at the time. I don't know if, let me see if I could see it. As you can see right here, we had a very big SMT with these highs, so I should have just took my profits right there and probably been done for the day. Honestly, not even watch this, because I was up about, like I said, almost $500 on this move right here. If I was really trying to let one run, I could have took one contract off at those highs and let the rest of them run just to see what would happen, or let the other contract run just to see what would happen. But learn from my mistake, and I will be taking that a lot more seriously next week. Even if it's low-hanging fruit and I have 2 contracts, take one off and let the other one run. Break even, I don't lose anything. Apart from that, also be patient. Wait till that 10 o'clock candle and look for the power 3 on that 10 o'clock candle. Very simple. And then today, Friday, we got done dirty. So first and foremost, we come down and swoop this low, and I was thinking about taking a long, but like I said, we had news at 10, so I wanted to wait till 10. I said I'm not gonna trade, and today I followed all my rules, so I'm not mad. I didn't take any trades because I didn't like what I saw, but at the same time, I followed all my rules, so this is a green day in my eyes. But I knew we had news at 10, and look at this candle. It looks like a CPI candle, literally, and I think it was orange news today, so I don't know why it did this, but it took out both buyers and sellers. So I'm glad I didn't get in, because I honestly probably would have been stopped out. I would have been trying to get in somewhere around here after this change of state of delivery, and then had my stop at break even at this point once it started to move up. But it opened, rushed up, and then started to move down. After that, I was just like, okay, I'm glad I didn't get into a trade. But then we had this, right? Price kept running up, and we swept that initial buy side from a couple weeks ago, and we start moving down. I missed a short on this, I'm not gonna lie. I did miss a short. This short right here at 1028, which was this inverse fair value gap. So you could see inverse fair value gap, respected it. If it would have came up here, I definitely would have took the short, but I missed out on that short right there, and I was trying to target the CPI lows. But the crazy thing is that they did us dirty today, and the micro NQ chart never swept that low, but the regular NQ chart did sweep that low, and that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for a SMT at one of the highs or the lows to take the next trade, and I was gonna enter this trade right here on the long. I was gonna enter this trade here on the long and maybe have my stop below this low and target this high, which would have been a 3R. Very respectable trade, but at the same time, I never saw this SMT because it didn't show on my chart. I definitely would have took this in here if I saw the SMT on the charts, because ES never even got close to it. Big SMT. What can you do? They did us dirty today. I was expecting us, I would have definitely took this long today if they would have cleanly swept this low on the micros, but they never did, and on the regular minis they did. So you can see NQ chart swooped this low, mini NQ didn't. That's crazy. And then there was a couple more moves later on in the afternoon that I wasn't even paying attention to, because once it hit like 11 something, I was like, yeah, I'm done for today. I don't like how price delivered. I would have took that long, and I was gonna take that short, but even with the short, I probably would have lost money on this move up, because it never swept the target that I was gonna end up reaching for. I was reaching for this low, honestly. We never got below this one, so not mad. I followed all my rules, and that's really it for the days of the week. It was a really weird week, but I'm excited for the next week. I know that I am becoming the trader that I know I can be. I am becoming the profitable trader that I know I am. Like I said, it's just a matter of you versus you. You know what you're doing wrong, and you know what you have to do to fix it. With me, it is being patient. Like I said, I'm gonna start waiting for that 10 o'clock candle a lot more now. 2 is just taking profits. Like I said, I do admit that I am a bit greedy when it comes to taking profits. I want those higher numbers, and I do try to like catch the bottom tick and the top tick. But honestly, as long as I catch a move and a piece of the pie, that's really all that matters. So I'm excited for this new series. Hopefully you guys are excited for this new series as well. Hopefully you are excited for this new series as well. Let me know that in the comments if you're gonna follow along with me in this journey with this new series. Let me know how much you're starting with and what your goals are. Honestly, I want to get this account to about 5K, which is $2,000 profit, which is not very difficult. I know I can definitely do it. Let's see if we can reach that by the end of the month. I could do that by the end of the month. I'll be very happy. I've been yapping for a while. Make sure you check out Techtronix.com, which is the sponsor of this series. I hope you guys have a very good trading week in this upcoming trading week. I hope that you are being intelligent and you're trading safe. Preserve your capital. Be smart. We have FOMC next week, so watch out for that. Thank you so much for the amount of support on the YouTube channel. We're only going from here. Join the Discord, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.